Hey folks, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. Your old pal Joe D here. Okay, so we're gonna do another Q&A video. In this video, we're gonna talk a little bit about bankruptcy and how it affects your ability to buy a house in the future. So hold on for that. But in the meantime, I just want to say if you like my content, please do the old like and subscribe. That definitely helps me out. And also, if you're interested in learning more about personal finance, I offer a course called Personal Finance Mastery, which teaches you how to do personal finance correctly from top to bottom. So if you're interested in something like that, check it out in the link below. Okay, so here we go on to the video. So first question is, how long after a bankruptcy can you buy a house? It sort of depends a little bit. There's a couple types of consumer bankruptcy, Chapter 7 and Chapter 13. Chapter 7 is like, I don't have any money, I have no assets, I can't pay you, sorry, I'm just going to have to walk from this. Chapter 13 is more of a reorganization where you say, hey, I have income potential, I have assets, I want to pay my debts. I just am struggling right now. Can we sort of do a reorganization or a plan or a timetable by which I can pay you back, but at least in the meantime you can stop hassling me? So obviously the latter is a lesser bankruptcy, and if you do Chapter 13, you'll probably be able to buy a house sooner, maybe even within a couple years. If you go to Chapter 7, to get a conventional mortgage, which is like the average mortgage you would go get if you were buying a house today, you probably need to wait about 4 years. So, the more debts that you relinquish in your bankruptcy, I guess the longer you're going to have to wait to take on more debt is the gist there. Now, another question is, what type of mortgage can you get after bankruptcy? Well, you can get all the usual ones. You can get an FHA mortgage, which is, the Federal Housing Authority sort of low down payment mortgage. You can get a conventional mortgage, which generally would be the 20% down mortgage. You can get a VHA loan. Some of those you could get sooner than others. The one that takes the longest is that regular conventional mortgage. And as I said, for Chapter 7, you're probably looking at least 4 years. But inevitably, you'll be able to get, all the usual types of mortgages that anyone could get that hadn't filed bankruptcy. Another question is, how can you repair your credit after bankruptcy? Well, you obviously want to, as quickly as possible, establish a good payment history again. But it can be challenging to get credit, especially soon after a bankruptcy. One way around that is to do a secured credit card, essentially where you put up cash. Like if you're going to have a credit card with a $3,000 limit, you'll give them $3,000 as collateral, but you will be able to have that credit usage available, and you can establish a good payment history. Of course, doing all the other things to keep your credit score high are also good to do, like low credit utilization to available credit. Now, this is tough because you're probably not going to have much available credit unless you do one of those secured cards, but get one of those, don't use it much so that it shows you have credit available, but you're not using it readily. Avoid excessively applying for other credit cards, things like that, all the usual credit score stuff you're going to want to start to implement as soon as possible after the bankruptcy. So hopefully that was helpful. I will talk to you in the next video. Thanks so much.